in the dating mode, and let's go back to high school.
Okay.
Did you get busy in cars?
Yeah, I guess in high school you kind of had to. You had to go wherever, you couldn't bring somebody back to your house because your parents were there.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess if your parents were out for the night, maybe they can sneak in. But, it's funny. None of my friends had cars. Remember, I grew up in New York. So nobody really had cars. So we had I remember there was this one elementary school right near my house. And there was this big tree under by the elementary school. And my boyfriend at the time, we would meet at that tree. And we would hook up at the tree. That was our thing. I'll meet you there
at 8 p.m.
Right, that kind of thing. Because nobody had cars. First of all, nobody had money where I grew up. So even if you had your parents' car, were you going to hook up in your parents' car? No.
Hey, you had to.
No, you had to go to a friend's house who maybe their parents were away for the weekend. That's why your parents would go away for the weekend and all your friends would come over with their significant others or their couples. There'd be tons of couples making out all over your house.
I think if I didn't have a car, I would have never got any.
Really?
Yeah, it was always in a car. Always. And it was every car. So nonstop. But right now, Champlain, Minnesota, they've actually had to ask residents to stop having sex in busy parking lots. Which is crazy because right now in Champlain, Minnesota, it's 14 degrees below zero.
I know. Why would you want to be outside? So these aren't adults. You're talking about kids because adults have houses. They're talking about
everybody. Right? They're talking about police have to go up to cars at noon at an auto body parking lot and knock on the window and say, stop it. So they don't want you to go.
Great.
They're asking people now so they sent out this message. We would like to pass along a friendly reminder to everybody looking to be with their sweetheart this Valentine's Day. So I guess it was before yesterday.
Right.
Stop going to busy parking lots during normal business hours.
Oh my God! They're having a problem with that's crazy. They're having a problem with it.
That they had to come out with a cartoon on social media of "Don't get busy in cars."
I don't understand. Why don't people go to their houses? I don't get it. Why do you have to get busy in a car?
You can't go to the house. The wife is there.
Oh, you're saying people who are having affairs.
You can't go to the house, and you can't go to her house because her husband's there.
Why don't you get a hotel room? There's cheap hotels in every city in the country.
I don't know. Would you rather get busy in a car or a hotel room?
Hotel room. It's warm. I have a shower.
Yeah. I don't know. It's easy just to do it in the car.
It's funny. I got to tell you, in my life, I can't even think of any time I think I probably kissed a guy in a car, on a date at the end of the date, maybe leaned over and kissed him. But I've never had sex in a car. Never. And you know me, I've had sex everywhere, but never in a car because I don't know people that have cars.
Really?
Yeah.
I got busted in a car by a cop.
Of course you did.
I did. He knocked. I had to knock on the window from the cop with the flashlight.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah. And he said, you can't do this here. You have to go somewhere else. And I said, where am I supposed to go?
And then he saw what you were packing. He was like, "Oh, sorry, that can't hurt anybody."
Yeah, and he took
no
my
longer a problem
to the side and apologized to her, and asked her for her phone number. But yeah, a cop knocked on my window and said, "You got to stop it."
We did a lot of sneaking into houses. We snuck into basements. We snuck into rooms. I had a ladder out my window. And then, New York City and Brooklyn, there's always a basement. That's the thing about living in the area of Brooklyn I lived in. There's always a basement entrance. So there's a front entrance that the family and the mailman and everybody else comes into. But there's always a basement, a downstairs basement entrance. And then I also had, like I said, when we moved, the next house, I had a ladder, a fire escape outside my window. Really easy to climb up and sneak boys in. I did it all the time.
So you snuck boys in. Did you sneak out?
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah, I snuck into their houses. They snuck into my house. I snuck into their house. Nothing was stopping us except, no, like I said, nobody had cars. So
Your mom never heard you?
she caught me once.
Did she really?
Yeah, she caught me once, and she goes, Why did Michael have his pants down?" I was like, "Really, really? Why?"
We ate a big dinner, and he needed to let his gut out, and that's why he took his front.
That's your question. You find your 16-year-old daughter with her boyfriend, and he's got his pants off, and you want to know why? Really? You weren't 16 once?
Yeah. My parents caught me coming home at 8 a.m. from being at my girlfriend's house all night, and they wanted to talk to the girlfriend's mom.
Oh, God.
And get it all out on the open. So I had my girlfriend's mom call my mom. It was actually her older sister.
That's great.
That didn't turn out well. Mom didn't fall for it.
Oh, she didn't?
No, they were really, really mad. But I'm like, sorry.
Your problem is you were one of those long-haired musician type guys. So you couldn't get away with what I got away with. So I used to do the same thing. I'd go to my boyfriend's and I'd stay over till 5, 6 in the morning, except I was smart. I kept running shorts and sneakers in my garage. And I would go home and I'd put them on and I'd walk in, just boldly walk in like I was out running. Oh, God, I can use some water. Hey, Mom, what's up? I got to go shower. And she was like, and so because I just heard her recently she said to somebody, I don't know, she used to be a runner. She's into her bike now, but she doesn't really run anymore. It's like I was never into running, trust me.
She would run every day. And it would be 5 a.m. She would get up before school and run. It was crazy.
Every Sunday morning, it was 6 a.m. There she was coming back from a run. It was amazing.
She still had a pooch for a stomach. I never understood.
No, I was lucky. I was an athletic girl and I was super skinny, so I got away with it.
Oh.
Yeah, so to this day, I never told my mom, if she listens to this, she'll know, but I never, what's so funny about my mother? Here I am all these years later, I'm telling you this, she'd be mad at me.
Mm-hmm.
All these years later, she'd be mad at me. She wouldn't laugh. She would be angry. She would be because she couldn't punish me then, so she'd probably find a way to punish me now retroactively.
Yeah, same here. I mean, my parents liked your little link that you put out that we are going to be on Twitch. And I went, oh, crap, I don't want them to listen.
This is not good, yeah.
I mean, if they're listening, they're going to learn all this. Mom, stop it. Mom, stop. Hit escape right now. You don't need to hear this.